Morning students. Today we will learn about leadership. Leadership is a very important term. Leadership is a process of influencing the behavior of the pupil at work towards the achievement of a specialized or specified goal. The following elements must be present in the leadership. The first point is it is the process of influence. If we want to influence somebody, the leadership quality must be there, and the influence is always for achievement of common goal. In any organization, we have certain common goal, and if we want to achieve that goal, one person must have the quality of leadership. If the person has the quality of leadership, he will influence the subordinates, and by the efforts of subordinates we can achieve our decided goal. There must be minimum 2 or more persons present. To show the leadership quality, there must be some people or at least one person before you whom you want to influence. Influencing your own behavior is not leadership. If you are thinking that you have the quality of leadership and you are influencing only your own self, it means you have no quality of leadership, because the result will not be decided. You will decide the result by your own. That is not the leadership. When you influence some other people and they work according to you, it means you have the quality of leadership. And the influence should be to get the willing cooperation of employees and not the forceful cooperation. In leadership, it is very necessary to influence the pupil and to take the work from other pupil in the mode of cooperation. You should not force the pupil to do the work. If you are doing this, it means you have no quality of leadership, but you have the quality of dictatorship, and dictatorship is not any type of leadership. Now we will see the features of leadership. The first feature is leadership indicates the ability of an individual to influence others. This is the main important. If you have the quality of influencing other people, if you can influence other people, if you can motivate other people, it means you have the quality of leadership. Leadership tries to bring change in behavior. By influencing other people, you can change the quality of other subordinates people. And the next point is leadership shows interpersonal relationship between leader and follower. In any organization, there must be a leader and some other followers. Followers are, you can say, they are subordinate, and leader is that person who is senior of some subordinates. Subordinates and senior both must have the interpersonal relation, and if the leader can influence the subordinates and the subordinates can share their ideas, the subordinate can freely tell him their problems, it means they have the interpersonal relationship. Leadership is to achieve common goal. Leadership is very important for achieving a set goal by organization. Leadership is a continuous process. Suppose you have the quality of leadership and you influence the subordinate for some times. It does not mean you have the leadership quality. If someday you can influence the subordinate or other pupil and other day you cannot influence the pupil, it means you have not the quality of leadership. Every time pupil are influenced by you, every time in any situation, it means you have the quality of leadership. Now we will see the difference between manager and leader, or managership and leadership. What is the difference between manager and leader? The first point is, manager is always a leader because he has to influence the behavior of subordinates working under him. In any organization, there are some managers and some subordinates also. If the manager does not have the quality of leadership, he will be unable to influence the subordinate, and subordinate will not obey him and they will not produce the work. So in every manager, it is very important to have the quality of leadership. And in leader, a leader may not be a manager. Manager must be a leader. It is very important. But a leader must be a manager. It is not important. Because the people who are leading informal groups are not manager always. Leader can be everywhere, but manager cannot be everywhere. Managers are found in the organization, but in informal groups you can find some people who have the quality of leadership. Now we will see the second point. The managers have formal authority to influence the behavior. That is why they can use assertiveness and sanctions to influence the behavior of the employees. In organization, managers have some authorities, and on the basis of authority they are using the quality of leadership. But the in leader, if you want to see, in the leaders have informal authority only. That is the authority of trust and faith shown by the group members. If there is no organization but there is informal group of people, at that time you can see the person who has the quality of leadership. It means the people have faith in that person, the person who is called leader. Subordinates, there is no subordinate, there are some people. Though those people have the trust in that people. So leader can be anybody who have the quality of leadership, who can influence the other people. And the managers influence the behavior towards the achievement of organizational goal. Managers are also leader, but they have a aim in their minds that all the managers have this quality. They will have to determine the organizational goal, and they wanted to fulfill the organizational goals with the help of subordinates. And leadership influence the behavior towards the satisfaction of every member of the group and realization of group goals. And manager exists only in formal organization. As I have told you, a leader may exist in formal as well as informal organization. Anywhere, leader can be found anywhere, and managers can be found in only organization, the formal organization. And The managers performs all the functions, that is planning, organizing, staffing and directing. A leader performs only one function, that is directing. Now we will see the different style of leadership. Leadership style refer to leaders' behavioral pattern. A leadership style is the result of the leader's philosophy, personality and experience and value system. Leader styles depends upon the type of followers. If you have certain qualities of leadership, it means you will use those quality you have. But in formal organization and informal organization, there are different type of people. At that time, if you have the same quality, you will not be survive at that time. So it is very important which type of audience, which type of pupil you have, and at that time leadership should be changed, must be changed according to the group of people. Different types of leadership styles are: the first one is autocratic leadership, the second is participative leadership, that is called democratic, and third is free rein leadership, laissez-faire. A leader may use all types of leadership at different periods of time, but one style tend to predominate his or her personality. On the basis of how leaders use their power, leadership style can be classified into three broad categories. The first one is autocratic leadership, and second is consultative leadership, and third is free rein leadership. Now we will understand the autocratic or authoritative leadership. We can say boss centered leadership. And autocratic leadership exercise complete control over the subordinate. He centralizes the power in himself and takes all the decisions without consulting the subordinate. It is just like the dictatorship. He does not delegate authority. The leader gives order and expects the subordinate to follow them unquestioningly. He gives reward and puts penalty to direct the subordinate. And now we will see what are the advantages. Quick decision making, the first advantage. The second advantage is provides strong motivation and satisfaction to the leaders who dictate terms. And the third is less competent subordinates are needed at lower level. The fourth advantage is may bring positive result when great speed is required. Now we will see the disadvantage. Leaders to frustration and low moral among subordinates. The second disadvantage is initiative level of subordinate goes down. The third is potential and creativity of subordinate are not utilized. And the fourth disadvantage is no development of subordinates take place. Sustainability, we will understand. Autocratic style of leadership is suitable when the number one, subordinates are uneducated, unskilled, lack of knowledge and experience on part of subordinates. The second point is company follows fear and punishment disciplinary technique. The third, suitability, leader prefers to be dominant in decision making. Nowadays this style is less desirable as employees are becoming more educated and well organized. Thank you.